Welcome to Storm Shelter Cinema at Arlington High School, the movie review show where we don't hold back. Today we'll be reviewing The Mask, released in 1994, directed by Chuck Russell. I'm Audrey, and I'm joined today by my co-host, Jatin.
The Mask from 1994 is about a bank teller, Stanley, who turned into a Norse goddess, Loki. Stanley, with his newfound powers, is able to cause mischief in the town. Stanley, in his green form, gets himself into a little bit of trouble when the powerful gangster Dorian, when he robs the bank. Stanley is now trying to navigate the cops who are suspicious of him and dealing with gangsters on him trying to steal the mask.
Although playful in nature, The Mask exhibits a complex theme of being true to yourself. I personally think that the implicit meaning ties into the idea that you shouldn't try to hide yourself behind a false version of yourself. This film highlights the importance of showing your true identity, not putting on a facade. Jim Carrey's character, Stanley Ipkiss, is an unassuming guy who works at a bank. This is until he gets his hands on the mask, which contains the Norse god Loki. This mask changes him into a new version of himself that is more confident and charismatic. Although he initially gets the girl using the mask, she actually falls for the actual version of himself, proving that your true self is the best version of you.
1994, The Masked Singer uses a unique blend of formal element with its exaggerated visual features. The Mask uses elements from cartoons to give it a comedian appeal, but also to represent the god Loki. The CGI is essential to the film to give it the illusion of Stanley being a different person with the mask on. The mise-en-scène aspect of the film is really done well. The color palette with the masked figure gives it a unique feel, bold colors compared to Stanley, which is more neutral side with a lot of different patterns. This also shows how Stanley as the mask is more confident and ambiguous, while Stanley as himself is less confident and lacks ambition. This is shown to the swing dance number. The mask camera work deals with a lot of close-ups and quick pans to really give it the comedic relief. It also blends live action with animation, which is another cool element.
I absolutely hated this movie in its entirety. At first, I enjoyed Jim Carrey's character, Ipkiss, who was kind of a nerd at heart. However, after the mask was introduced, I despised him. His entire character design was unenjoyable and really outdated, and I was really rolling my eyes at all the stereotypical jokes that were not really funny, and the overacting was really hard to watch. I will admit the CGI in this film for the time was really well done, and I can understand how it won the Academy Award for Best Visual Effects. However, this film flopped in every other feasible way. The only redeemable character in this film was Milo, Stanley's dog. He had better acting than every other actor and actress who had a role in this movie. This was Cameron Diaz's first film, and I'm surprised it wasn't her last. It's going to be a thumbs down for me.
Ooh. Wow.
I feel very strongly about this film.
It's funny because I actually really like this film.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I was watching it and I was like, oh my god, this is really good. Like,
yeah.
I was like, actually, maybe not. I take it back a little. It was good, but not really good. Like, I enjoyed, again, the CGI, the aspects of it. It was really good. I would give this a thumbs up.
Okay, yeah. I can see why. I feel like for maybe younger audiences, it is a good film. But personally, like, I watched this with my family, and all of us, we were just sharing these glances like, what are we watching right now? It's just very, like, I've seen some Jim Carrey films in the past, and I haven't been the biggest fan of him, so I can see why maybe I wouldn't enjoy this film as much as someone who does enjoy that. But the overacting, in my opinion, is just really hard to watch, and I couldn't really see anyone above the age of 8 like being really engrossed in the film. But I will say the CGI was one of the aspects that kept me, entertained the entire time.
I just feel like for the film being from 1994, I think at the time it was really well done. I think if it was like somewhere like 2024 or 2025, it would have been like, no, like a chop.
Yeah, I can totally understand where you're coming from with that.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us today on Storm Shelter Cinema. We reviewed The Mask, released in 1994, directed by Chuck Russell. I'm Jatin Windbush, and for a film from 1994, it was well done. My co-host Audrey did not enjoy the film. We'll see you next time at the movies.